Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode, I believe, 22 of the FPV podcast. This week, we actually have our first international pilot, if you count Canada as international, which I do, kind of. I don't know.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Little bit.
Well, I actually just met him like 2 weeks ago at the Megadrone X, so I'm going to let Ryan Walker introduce himself. Ryan, go for it.
All right, so Nailed Up FPV is how I go by on the internet. Got a little YouTube channel there which I'm starting up. But yeah, I'm originally from Australia. I moved to Canada and a little over a year ago started on this FPV craze. It's been a wicked ride so far, I can tell you that. Got plenty to talk about, don't you worry.
Oh, there we go. See, look.
Nice.
He'll contend with you. Elvan, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Elvin Wilson, known as Mr. Miyagi. I love the exposure from MDX. Appreciate you guys. I got nominated an award last week for being at the MDX. Most talked about pilot. Woo, woo, woo.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
On Twitter, baby. Loving it. Anyway, shout out to my sponsors, Furious FPV, Pulse Battery, Heli Direct, FPV Direct, peerpressure.com, my homeboy. And yeah, I get every once in a little while a little sponsor, a little slide sponsor, and ready to fly quads for the props that are on their way. Thanks.
Look at that. All right, plug your sponsors, Ryan, before we get started.
Yeah, I got some sponsors too. See, we're up in Canada here. We're just growing right now. So I got DTF, UHF. I've got Mini Quad Squad, Downtown FPV. Obviously, the big one, bling, Ready Made RC. That's what it's all about, right? Who else we got up here? Far out. We've got so many. NG Hobbies in Toronto. We've got, if you guys know the antennas that you were using in the Megadrone X, True RC, he's my sponsor. You want to know the best antennas in the game? He's got them, dudes. I tell you, he's got them.
Holy
and,
cow.
oh yeah, you want to see something else? This is a mocker frame, and it's made in just down the road from where I am in Quebec, in Canada here. And we started him off we got him pretty big up here and did some designs and stuff. So he's another sponsor for us. And also there's Autobotics, which is probably the Detroit multi-rotor of Canada, like the next big thing, building their own quads and selling them out like that. So cool guys, So yeah, it's good.
Hey, look, see both.
Yeah, I met those guys at F3.
Yeah, Paul Downing. You met Paul Downing? Yeah. Good bloke, man.
Nice guys.
Just
always
stayed
smiling.
At his house on his couch last weekend to go to another race, one of the Joe Scully races in Toronto. So.
Oh, nice.
Really nice guy, awesome dude. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's just get into getting to know you a little bit. So, how did you get from Australia to Canada, and then you're partial redneck? I've met you.
Oh no, I traveled a lot in my life. I've been to I don't know how many countries all over the world, but yeah, I just came to Canada to do a bit of skiing. I thought it would be nice, and found a girl, moved over to Quebec here, and lived with her and family. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it's the girl.
People say why did Doc? I mean, Elvon, why'd you leave Hawaii? My wife.
Yeah.
Same
she's
thing.
hot, so I don't mind.
Yeah, you're right on, bro.
Yeah, and now my friend, he brought home a wood tricopter from one of my other buddies. He bought it off him, and I was like, oh man, I can build me one of those, no problem. So I built this wood tricopter, started modifying it, making it smaller. Then we started doing races. We had a little group here in Montreal that we started. One guy, he started it's called meetup.com, and you just put something on Meetup. It's just friendly. We had 7 guys. We decided to do a bit of a fly and see if anyone was interested. It's been a year now. We have over 500 people in the group. It's gigantic in just a year on Facebook. We've got Twitter, we've got YouTube, we've got a full-blown website. Big things are happening here. We're going to be doing IDR qualifiers. We race in go-kart tracks. I'm talking to people at golf courses right now to do like golf course races, and there's just so much going on, and it's exploded for me, really exploded for me. And it's just addiction, isn't it, really? Like, you, once you start on this, you know the train's running, and you're on it. You can jump off and you're going to crash.
Right.
So
you go through...
sorry, what's that?
You go through withdrawals. Like the other day, my charger died, right? So like I had to wait.
No.
I'm waiting, right? I'm like, dude, I can't fly, man. I you know I got to get at least 5 flights in a day, right? You know, and my buddy's like, dude, I'm coming over, dude. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing? You bringing your charger? He's like, no. Phantom charger, dude.
Nice.
Charges 4S.
Hey, if you're desperate, what are you gonna do?
Right, I got desperate. I'm like, yep, right on, you know. So
Man,
yeah,
I've got 6 charges now. Like, if I've got everything flat, it just give me 2 hours, and I've got 30 batteries ready to rock. So and then we'll go out. We do events here, FPVMontreal.com. We do events. We're trying right now to do one in the stadium, Hush Hush. So it's going to be pretty big, but lots of quads now. I've been building non-stop. I don't have much of a life but drones anymore, but it's pretty good because it's a pretty good community, and we're all about here now trying to just get everybody involved, get some really big sponsors, not for money, but to grow the hobby, and get everyone involved, and hopefully you can get some really damn good racing. Good places to race like the Megadrone X Caverns. We can talk about that in a bit, but wow, what a location!
Go ahead.
The
funny thing is that a lot of people are just now starting to get into the hobby, right? And then you being a year in, what do you think has been the biggest change since you got in?
Here in Montreal in Canada, it was nothing. There was nobody. There was just guys flying wings, like TBRC wings in the background. My buddy, he designed those wings, and they race in New York and stuff like that. And they were just doing that as FPV. There was no real drone racing going on from what I knew of. So now it's gone from just a stream to a river, in my opinion. It's like really... It's exploded. It's all over the internet. It's all I see every day on my feed on Facebook. It's just drones. So I know it's exploded for me. The technology's come a fair way as well, which is helping it, reducing cost. Now you can get yourself a cheap, really good FPV camera. Like before, it was quite expensive. It's just everything's changing. The cost of frames, they've dropped down significantly, and it's more accessible. The more stores are opening up. Here in Montreal, our mini quad squad, our sponsor, he just started up like 8 months ago, and now he's selling like hotcakes. I got red bottoms in, boom, 2 weeks, they're all gone. It's you can see that it's growing here significantly now. That's for sure. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So, are you one of the main organizers to get everybody together and get everybody in sync?
No, I'm concentrating on racing. Me and Gab 707, we formed a team. We were Team Mocha before from the frame, and now we've evolved into Team Zero Thrust. We've got too many sponsors we wanted to satisfy. We can't just be Team Mocha. Why are we not Team Ready Made RC? Something like that. So we changed our name, but personally, you've got 2 choices in racing, in my opinion. You can be the guy behind it and help and gather everybody and organize it. I'm great at organizing that. I started to do it, and I started to be the Joe Scully sort of thing here on the microphone. We had we had a really good race. We got it all organized. But then I was like, hold on, I didn't race. I didn't actually even pick it up. I didn't even get my quad out. But it was just a full-time job. It was great. It was fun. It was exciting. But that's what you got to do. You have to make that choice between if you want to race or if you want to be involved with organizing. It's both fun, but me, I want to race. I want to travel, or US. We went to World Drone Prix in Dubai, and God, yeah. sitting behind the desk, getting it organized, then going to the events, picking stuff up. That's good fun. It's awesome. It's awesome. You grow the hobby, which is very important to me. But, I have Matthew Zowen here and Nick Iverson. They're the two main guys right now in FPV Montreal, and they're growing the hobby. They're doing all they can. All their spare time's put into that. And I really have big props for those guys. Those guys are really doing a great job, to be honest. So, yeah. So racing, yeah. Want to fly like everyone else.
Yeah, we all say that too. I just want to fly, man. I just want to fly.
Yeah, it's easy to say, but somebody's got to organize. Actually, that's the thing, though. It's like, you know what? If I had to do it all over again, I might have chosen a different path. But I went the organizer path, and I totally understand, because once you get stuck behind the desk or behind the microphone, you don't have time.
Right.
It just keeps going.
You need a big group of, not a big group, but you need a group of guys that can work together as a team and make things flow. There's a lot of problems in FPV that you need to overcome, and you need to be instantly ready for that. You need to be able to evolve at a race. You can't just say, okay, we're going to have this many pilots, it's going to be working like this. It doesn't work out like that every single race I go to. And just last week, I raced 3 times in USA. I drove 6 hours to Toronto, and then I raced in my hometown 30 minutes away. I know racing, like I've been to a lot of events now, and they none of them flow right yet. You need to have a lot of experience. I think we're getting that. Patience, yes, and experience. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yep. A lot of the times is the issue is that, like, we don't have like a venue that's always set up just for racing, so you can just walk in, turn it on, and go. It's usually the first day is like setting up and praying that everything goes right, so that when the racers come, that everything's set up and it's actually going right. But that never happens. That's just life, though.
Oh, we're getting. Don't worry, it's not too far away, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like guys like Joe Scully, who are putting in extreme amounts of effort, to get things flowing. Joe Scully, so far, he's the most ironed out organizer I've seen. At races, he gets them quick turnovers, problem eradication quickly, and gets it in and out. The setup's good. I think he's getting there. He's one of the. I think he's probably the best organizer or race director I've seen ever.
Yeah.
So
the direct. I would agree on the director thing too, and the voice. You
gotta have the voice.
He is the man when it comes to chatting. While keeping the pilots going and talking about stuff. He gets down to the little details. He'll come up. He's paying attention. That's the what's nice, right? Is he knows that you're flying a different ship that you wasn't flying the week before or whatever, So, like, he can bring that up in the race. He out the first time around the track with his new ship. Check him out, how you get that first corner, Those things keep you kind of pumped up, while you're racing, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think he gives that certain element of excitement to the race. That if, I went even in World Grand Prix, the announcer, he was on the mic. Okay, are we ready? Set, go. That was it. And you're like, what's happening? He's not talking. And I'm like, what? What's going on? And everyone's like, waiting for something exciting to happen. Right. And I said to him, look, man, Joe Scully's not here. You're not Joe Scully, blah, blah, blah. But you need to be like him. You need to be talking consistently. Your mouth, if it's closed, there's a problem.
Yeah. You're the only one that's supposed to be talking, right?
Talk.
You need to be filling up the airspace.
Man, that's hard to do, though. That's really hard to do, because I filled in that role, and it's so hard to figure out. Right now, the biggest problem with talking as being the spokesperson to racing is trying to figure out who's actually in first, second, and third, right? Because, when you look at 8 screens, you're like, I think he's first, but it's going by so fast, you're trying to figure it out, and the good racers, right, they'll go from 1 to 4 in half a second, and you're like, oh, what just happened?
Well, the key for that one is with Joe Scully, he's got just with anyone doing it, if you've got the screen up in front of you and another screen next to you with the pilot view, the other screen is telling you the transponder. So as soon as they go past that gate, it shows number 1 has got this. It's got the lap time, and then you can comment on that, and you can flow through that. And when someone goes past, it will tell you how many seconds behind he is, so he can go back and talk about that. And that makes a race, not just people flying, right?
It's still, it's still very difficult, though. I mean, but I totally get it. It's like, so we'll just have to get Ryan to come up and be the announcer, that's all.
Yes, that'll be the next time.
Yeah, that's right.
Give me some money, I'll be there.
See, Ryan knows what's going on.
Prestige.
That's it.
You get the prestige.
So Ryan, okay, like you came to Canada, your buddies got you into RC, you're hooked. What got you onto Ready Made RC? I mean, they're really well known in the quad world.
Yeah, Ready Made ain't no joke.
Yeah,
that ain't no joke.
No, I met my first ever big race. I guess it was nearly my first race. Was in Hamilton, Ontario. The Detroit multi-rotor guys were there. Some guys were there. We had Ready Made RC there as a sponsor, and I met Joe there from Ready Made RC. Who else did I meet? Travis. I can't remember. It was probably one other guy. Oh, maybe AJ was there. I'm not sure. And I came first in beginner class when I was there. That was my first race, and and I just blew. Everyone crashed out, and it was great. It was to my advantage. It was awesome. So, after that, I got a bit of prize money from Ready Made RC. You know what was funny about the prize money, though? Quickly, he gave me I don't know what it was. So it was $100. Can't even remember. But I went on Ready Made RC and I spent $400. So it was not a good thing for me to get. It's bait. Yeah,
it's bait.
That's what they're doing,
Oh, wait, click.
Yeah.
Wait, click.
I got a new aircraft now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I need some props too, I guess. I'll try these ones, and then it's blown away out of proportion. But after that, we got talking, and Gab was doing well, and we're getting some. Well, we've been on TV, radio, like interviews and stuff like that, and word gets around quick. If as we started small, and we're in Canada, and we're starting to make a name, I got in touch with Joe, and things just went from there. It was a slow transition, and then I just said, look, we're looking for sponsors, and we're in Canada. Maybe you want to promote in Canada. We're going to be going to races, that's for sure. We're going to be pushing hard. And now with the sponsor from Ready Made RC helping us out a little bit here and there, then, we went to Kentucky to, Louisville to do this Mega Drone X. We've gone to Toronto. We've gone to World Drone Prix. What are we wearing? Bing, bing. The shirt,
ding.
the hat, their names all over the place. And for their help, we provided help back, and that's how it should work. Anything in life, right?
Yeah, true that.
Two-way street. And I'm happy for Ready Made RC for putting me on the list. They're an awesome bunch of guys, really helpful and fantastic to hang out with. I tell you what, the Ready Made RC pilots Mega Drone X. Oh, we had so much fun. We laughed all day. Me and Zoomis, man, we were cracking up all day and just having a blast. So it's good. It's good to have fun.
It's actually funny. I've met all of the Ready Made RC guys, but I think I actually missed Zoomis. He must have been really concentrating because I never saw him.
Oh, no?
No, I don't know. I just didn't seem to see him. So, another time.
You know what? It was hard for you to miss him because he was right next to the flight line.
Yeah, he was scoping. He spent like a whole bunch of time looking at them cameras and them videos where everybody else is racing. And everybody was walking around messing with their stuff. He was looking at that videotape.
Yeah,
he wanted to win.
Yeah. He's a top pilot, dude. That's what it takes sometimes.
Yeah. So like the Canadian team that you're on, like you and Gab, are you just a 2-man team, and then you kind of just like add on as you need? Is that how it goes?
Well, we started with the Mocha team, Team Mocha, and we grew because I signed up. I asked a couple of guys, my good friends that were in FPV Montreal, hey, do you want to try and go for Dubai? And everyone's like, Dubai, like I'm like, yeah. Do you want to do it? Like, let's have a sit down. Like, let's get there. If you want to get there. All right. So I signed us up, and I got the TBRC guy to come along, and Mocha Frame, and I wanted him to come along, and we got everything organized with money and some sponsors to try and get us there if we didn't get paid for the tickets.
Right.
And in my opinion, I saw a lot of the videos that were entered for the World Grand Prix, and we had one of the best videos, hands down. We spent a lot of time on that to get that perfected, and people were just like, "Hi, my name's Ryan. I want to go to World Grand Prix." Okay, you're in. We spent weeks setting up, and it was, there's 40 centimeters of snow, 2 feet of snow on the ground. So flying is hard, and we were setting up and doing visual videos of each face, going and meeting up, talking about everything, getting organized. So we started off with Team Mocha, and after the World Drone Prix, Gab and I said, well, we're going to make a new team, me and you, and we'll just try and be a team in Canada that we can get people in and help out with stuff. So we created Zero Thrust. We're in minus temperatures all the time, so zero thrust. That's what we thought, right? So, and so all the guys that went with us, who are in Team Mocha and helping out, they will be helping us again, and we want to grow the team as much as we can. But when you have 9 sponsors, you can't just add people to the team without clearing it through sponsors doing the right thing. So. We've got another guy we really want on the team. He's up in Quebec, up north, and this guy is fast. I tell you, he is fast. And, we're going to do some preliminary sort of race check. He's going to come to meetings. He's going to try and get organized. And we're going to get some things going on and grow the team. So trying to do it in an organized manner,
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So, okay, so you got a couple of guys on your team. You got a good well to pull out of. But what about teenagers? I mean, what about kids? Is there an option for that in your area for a kid to be on your team? Because there's some awesome young kids, and I'm talking about the 14 to 15 or 16-year-old range, right?
Well, my personal opinion about kids racing, they have this unusual knack, well, it's not unusual, it is just because they're younger, to pick up a controller and learn what I learned in 1 year in about 1 month. Okay, so they can be faster than me with the right quad, the right setup. There's no choice, there's no doubt about it. Just like Banny in the World Drone Prix, he just ripped it up. The guy's a freak. So, there's a kid actually. Okay, we just went to a race in Toronto. This was for the drone. What was it? World Drone Day or something, whatever. And there was a kid there, and I've seen him at a couple of races. It's a dad and a kid team, which I think is really cool. They work together on this. The kid just races. The dad pits for him, and his dad doesn't know anything. The kid doesn't know too much about how to get things organized on a quad. I personally stepped out of my racing mode, and I just focused on the kid, because I think it's important for people who need help to be helped. I can help them. Why not? Why am I not spending 5-10 minutes of my day? So I got the kid on the right channel, got the right antenna, got a quad hooked up with the Free Sky from a new quad, all bound. I got him on the computer and told him all this stuff to do tonight when he's finished the race and all that. And he came to me, and his dad, he said, hey, come and sit down with us. I'm going to buy you lunch. And he was so happy for me to help him out. But for me, there's not a lot. This kid, hopefully, if he can be in the future, I'd like him on my team. That'd be awesome. He's got to be 14 years old. But I see the potential there. And like you say, would I like him on my team? Hell yeah, I'd love him on my team. If we could get him on there and help him, progress in the sport, he could be one of the faster ones. He could beat me, no problems. Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, see, that's the thing we've been talking about too, is bringing people into the hobby. Don't forget that this community is a large well that we pull from, but you must get out there and participate and help others out so that you can bring new people in, so you can have a larger group. You can make that a larger community, right?
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely. Yeah, and hey, you know what he just said? Like, if the reason why Ryan has 9 sponsors is because of that story right there. Okay, sponsors care about you caring about other people, bringing more people into the sport. It's not just about you being fast.
Right.
A lot of people think that, but it's not true. It's just flat out not true.
Yeah, I mean that's a major factor a lot with me, because I'm out helping. There's a kid who was just complaining that his quad is no longer at his house, and I mean he didn't have any props, and I was like, if you don't have props by Wednesday, let me know, I'll mail you something, and he was like, oh, I didn't even bring my quad, but I was ready to mail him some right then and there. And that's the kind of initiative we need to stay on, because that kid is now my little buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can count on him to being at the race and being ready and being open to any type of experience that they are for him and in the future. So I really agree on, you gotta be open. You gotta be, you just can't be the stuck up guy that comes to the race just to race, right? We see those guys, we see them and we notice them, and some of them are good, right? Some of them are good, but you still get remembered being a douche. You know what I mean? Right? I mean, come on, I'm just being honest, right? People still notice you're a douche. They go, hey, wow, this guy, he came, he did this, and the kid was asking for help, and he just walked off. And what? No. Don't ask the douche dude back no more. That's the kind of stuff you get. So I'm just being honest, but I think a lot of us remember where we were. You were a year ago, where I was 20 years ago, where I was 3 or 4 years ago, right? What? We remember what it was like trying to get the information, trying to get things together. I'm kind of pissed off right now. I hooked up a DYS speed controller to one of my 1407s, and it just brand new. I'm upset, but I know that things will get taken care of in the end, right? So you don't blow up, you don't have an attitude, you don't show disapproval, and you pat other guys on the back, and if somebody go down, you wish them better luck for the next time, right?
Absolutely, yeah. If someone crashes out and you've just got the ability, you have a prop adapter, prop nut remover, whatever you want to call it, tool in your hand, you go out there, man. And I run in the races, on a freestyle race. I'll run out there. I'll say, give me a prop, and I'll run out there and I'll change his prop, and I'll go, okay, go, and I think it's important and it's fun. It's awesome. You get reward.
Yeah, the reward.
You don't want the reward as much, but you're putting yourself out there and you get that for free. I don't know. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
it's excitement. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's like, at MDX, Y went down running after a quad, and it was so funny, dude.
Oh man.
It's like all I saw was like him disappear, and I saw his hands on the side of the rock, over the top of the rock, like help, kind of grabbing. And I'm like, oh no, he went down, and he just disappeared. And I run over there, and I'm like, dude, you okay? And he just looked up like, help.
He's playing it up a little, but no, I did, man. I was the one manning the gate, and it was, it's not a fun job.
Timer gate.
The timer gate is like, listen, there was way more crashes on that. So we'll get into MDX. We might as well. There were way more crashes on the team race than I ever expected. I literally, at one point, had 3 quads in my hands at the timer gate, and I didn't have, I was like, why is so many people crashing? It's a big oval.
Yeah, it's just an oval.
But guys got nervous, man.
I guess so.
That's it. Yeah,
so,
sure.
So, I was an organizer, so I don't get to speak too much. So, you two, you were the pilots there. Give me the pros and cons to MDX. I mean, Ryan, you've been to half a dozen events. A lot of them are major ones.
Right.
What are the pros and cons that you saw?
Well, you know what? Every event has its pros and cons. I don't like to dirty people, and because it's organization, things go wrong and stuff like that. There's always a problem with the timer gate, right?
Yeah.
Nearly every event, and we had that. Which I'll start with a con. Okay, we had that at the event. Gab did the Detroit multi-rotor race, and his timing, he didn't get 2 laps in, and he was doing 12 or 13 second laps, which were nearly the fastest.
Right.
You know, that is a con, but that happens. Gab is so bloody fast through those gates that the timer doesn't even flash. It's like flash, gate, flash, you know, like the infrared doesn't have time. No, but he banks really hard on these corners. So we know now from many, many races that the timing gate needs to have adjustments. But pretty much you need one on the floor, diagonally facing, you know, and then on the side. That's where you need them. And I think we're learning that now. So that was a con. That's what I'll say of the event.
Come on. You're not gonna hurt my feelings, Ryan.
I know. Okay, I'll rip you another one. How about this?
Hey.
Too many pilots. We had 80 pilots, and I don't know. You probably know this anyway, but that is nearly impossible to do. And I can't believe you did it. It was an amazing feat. You did run long. Every event runs long. It doesn't matter. That's standard, but that is absolutely nearly impossible to do. When you heard 80 people, I thought there's going to be 2 tracks. Because how the heck can you do that, man? Is that the biggest FPV race ever?
No. You mean as pilots or
pilots at a 2-day race?
No.
No. Oh wow!
Nationals,
the other one must have been on until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Nationals was 130 pilots.
How the heck did they do that?
Well,
but now they didn't stick to their schedule at Nationals. Remember, I don't know if you was you at Nationals?
Me, I wasn't.
In California.
I was
in California. Okay, so they didn't stick to their schedules because they had some stuff that they just wiped out. You know, there was some individual freestyle, and I think it was supposed to go like 5 rounds of freestyle until the end, and it only went 2 or 3 or something like that. And same thing, we had like supposed to do like 2 or 3 team races, each team, and that didn't happen. We only ended up doing like 1. There was a bunch of changes. I can tell you that there was a long list, and I was like, how the hell are we going to do all of this? And then yeah, and like, you know, so, and then, yeah, I don't want to talk about the cons either.
Yeah. So
anyway, so that happened.
Here's the funny part, though. You are by far not the first person to tell me that, and you weren't the first one to tell me that after the event. I heard about that during the event as well, and you know, on paper, it looked like we could do 80 pilots, and we did do 80 pilots, but like literally we had 18-hour days in order to go through them.
Yeah.
And like 80 pilots is probably the max for 2 days.
Can't go more than that. That's insane. Especially when you have the mega drink, the cabins, whatever you want to call them, closing at 12. Like, you know, like, I was like, that's not, how does that even calculate?
Hold on, though. I will say this, though. Scully allowed everybody to do a lot of racing. I was actually, because like I was expecting him to cut back on the number of people racing to try to fit a time frame, but he managed to get almost everybody almost got like 4 packs at least in the first day, which is amazing with 80 pilots. And then on the second day, we just decided to run over because we knew we couldn't fit everybody in, and we didn't want to cut anybody out.
Now, there was a couple of pilots that didn't race because they realized that their time on the race line was not going to be as productive as somebody else being there, right? Mm-hmm. So there was like 10 of us who kind of like pulled back and said, "Hey, we already done took enough damage."
It's hard down there. The ground is really hard.
It was hard, damn it. I just got my poor baby camera fixed. You know, she went in, boom, camera stopped working, can't fly. You know, and you know, so there was a couple of us, you know, and I got to commend those guys. They know who they are, but you know, it was pretty good to see that I wasn't the only one looking at. Hey, maybe we don't have to be here another hour trying to get us all in and them. You know, let's just kind of like. And a couple of guys said the same thing. They came to me and they said, "Hey, man, I'm not going to compete. There's no way I can win." Seeing the times that are passing through the gate, they said, "Oh shit, I'm not even gonna risk that." They seen 13 seconds and they were like, "I'm out. I'm out."
My best time was a 16. Like I would have done the same, but I give props to Joe Scully again. I don't think he peed for 11 hours. I don't think he left the desk. I think people were bringing him food and water, and that's it. That is something like a machine. You know, like how can you just add oil? You know, like
that's why he got no hair, dude. He done burned it all off. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, he's so smoking. He just burned. Just hair fall off.
Oh man. He is a machine, but man, I tell you what, like once he gets into the zone, like he gets angry when people disturb him.
Right.
I know that. No idea how much stress is going through his mind. You know, it's just pure organization at full 100%. You know, go. For like, you know, you get tired, man, and you know, stress kicks in. It's only natural. Yep. But he can deal with it. He doesn't go crazy and yell at people, does he? So props to him for that. You know.
He was really good. But you're right, 80 pilots is a lot. But like,
remember, he knows that most of us pilots are crazy anyway. So you know.
That's true. Actually,
he knows you. Yeah, you know you're crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'll tell you what, he's not one to back down from a challenge. Like literally, if I go to him right now and says, "Hey, you want to bump down the pilot list a little," he'd be like, no, we could do 95 next time. Be like, he'd go the other direction. I'm telling you this right now. He will go the other direction and be like, "But we just tried, and it took us anyways."
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. Anything else? So, you can tell me the good too, right? You don't have to tell me just all bad.
Oh, it's good. Well, you're driving down into the caverns to start off with, and it's just this. What the heck? We're actually in a cavern. It's no crap. Like,
right.
You start walking in, you're like, no way. And then we saw the course, blew my head off. Like, I was amazed. I was like, this is for real. We have power here. We can do our fixing on the tables, and we've got the full setup. It's amazing. Like, one thing, I think the stream, I talked to Ockbots, AJ, and a couple of other guys from Ready Made RC. They said the stream was bang on. They said it's probably one of the better streams they've ever seen. They had nice graphics on the screen. You have the split screen seeing the pilots, the quality of the feed. First day, I don't think it was so good with the internet issues, but we fixed the internet issues, and then it was faster connection and everything was rocking. So props to those guys. So what was the company that was doing the FPV feed there? FPV Live, was it?
Yeah, FPV TV Live. FPV Live TV.
Live TV, yeah. I talked to both those guys. Awesome bunch of guys.
That's Todd Wall, right? Todd Wall?
Yeah, Todd Wall. He was committed to providing a good service.
That's a good guy too. That's another good guy in the community who busts his ass every time to put out quality work that we have to commend to. I mean, why you did an awesome thing, and Joe Scully too, but it's all like a compartmentalized modules that just came together and click and snapped together and blew up and Right. I mean, it was like amazing. I helped set up the course. It was one of the things while getting there early, and it went to. You thought it was going to take longer, and it kind of was shorter, you know. And then running the wires and stuff, and Frank Mattingly had everything pretty much set up so that we just had to connect stuff, you know, and then run a cord to it and connect everything else and then run a cord to it. That back wall edge where we had all those red liners up against the wall.
That was wicked, yeah.
That first turn, dude, that was so easy to set up. I was like, what the heck? And then we had the rocks too, right? So you could kind of like put the weight on them. Because a couple of guys hit those things, dude. They hit them at like 80, 90 miles an hour. Whack! You know, and you're like, that ship's done.
I broke my Berserker. The whole top plate disintegrated. I hit one of those poles, and the camera actually went from, say, that long to like that long. It just went. The top plate, the camera mount was bent. This is an aluminium camera mount, like the good one. And oh man, but yeah, the light setup was fantastic. Well done on helping set those up there. The position was nice. It was really cruisy, and it was good to fly around that track. The track was good. It was almost simple, the track, but simple doesn't mean it's anything but a good track. It just pushes the pilots to go faster and faster and faster.
And then it had that super technical spot, right?
Yeah.
Where you had to know how to hit that corner just right, or else you was going to end up in the dust, right? So then you up into the hoops. That was
those hoops. You know the best part? I still remember it. One guy, I say that's the hoops there. He flew through the hoop, out the hoop like that at full speed. There's 3 hoops. He went through and went up through one. I'm like, whoa. And everyone was just like, did you just what?
What'd you do? He tried to slow down and he went straight up. And it's like,
how much space between those? There's only 2 or 3 feet, right? There
was about 3 feet max.
It's so funny. Oh, that was hilarious. It's like he went to the hoop and he went, oh no, but too late. When he went through them, you know, it was like, anyway.
Hey, if it works, it works. Yeah. Definitely props to Frank Mattingly for setting up a really good MDX track. He spent a lot of time on that, and believe it or not, like it probably went through like 6 iterations. Like it started off as like normal size, and I'm be like, oh, this is easy to carry. You know, almost one person can carry it. By the time he was done, it takes like 3 people to carry it because it was so big. And I'm like looking at it, it's like, how are we gonna fit that? It's like, but hey, you know what? Hey, I am a fan of bigger is better because faster is more fun.
Yeah, well, for Joe Scully's races, I helped build the big gates, and there's quite a large space in those gates. But when you're traveling at 90 kilometers an hour, they're like a pinhole. I tell you, they're so small. And if you go up to those 3 rings of the Megadrone X, you look at them and go, wow, looks all right. Doesn't look that small. But when you come around that hairpin, they're a freaking pin. You're like, how am I going to get through there again? And you get really nervous, and then you pop through them, and after it's like, all right, let's go. You know, and, guys like Brain Drain or Eric, what was his name there? Harmonix. The first lap, they plug in their quad, and they just boom, straight through there. You're like, how the heck did he do that first shot? And I don't know, maybe they practiced. But
lots of practice is what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of practice. 50 packs a day, homeboy.
Eric's a good guy, though. Eh? I don't know if you guys talked to him.
Yeah,
awesome dude, and wow, he's fast.
Yeah. Is he close to you? Because
no,
I'm sure he's a Canadian.
He's in British Columbia, the other side. So
other side, okay.
It's a 5-day drive. I've done that, yeah, so it's long.
3,000 miles in a rowboat.
5,500 kilometers. So, yeah, there you go. 3,000 miles, yeah.
Yeah, that's a long ways away. But the funny thing is that I didn't get to watch all of the racing because, I was out fighting fires and stuff and organizing stuff. But what I was amazed was that when, the top pilots came, you can see that, first lap, 28 seconds. You kind of expect that, right? First time. Second lap, it would be 27 seconds. Third lap, it would be 18. Literally 10 seconds disappeared between second and third laps, and I'm like, how did that happen? Did they just decide to switch on to another gear and they just booked it? And it would be I was expecting them to get better throughout the day. They got better within the same heat.
I tell you what, though, I had qualifying, and then pressure was building up. I don't get nervous, but okay, I get it. Everyone's getting a little shaky.
Everybody gets it. I don't know.
Right, but I had all my qualifiers, and I was not doing good times or 20 seconds, whatever. And the pressure built up, and I saw everyone's times getting 15 seconds. And I chopped 10 seconds. I went from 26 in the qualified first round to 16 seconds. I had this just massive peak in my pressure. Now, just after the Mega Drone X, I come flying my local track. I'm 3 times faster.
Right.
You know what? It's the level of competition. It's true, man. The level of competition at MDX is ridiculous, and
was ridiculous.
It was.
And everybody who said that they were good was I like this level of competition because it made me better. Because there were a lot of people who thought they were hot shit, and they came to me and so I was like, holy cow!
Yeah, a couple of guys I was flying with at the park, dude, was came up to me after the first race. Hey man, this is whoa, that guy's smoking fast. I was he's fast. Dude, there's a lot of fast guys here. Yep, sure is. Yeah.
I know with me being FPV pilot, it just sort of, you have these plateaus in your ability. Mm-hmm. And I was seriously at a big plateau before Mega Drone X. I was 2-3 weeks. I'm just crashing. I'm not getting faster. If anything, I'm decreasing in my ability. I'm what's going on? And then after Mega Drone X, it was just whoop. And then now I'm probably on my next plateau for 3 months, but that really pushed my ability, and I'm hitting full throttle now on my quad. Before I didn't even touch it. Now I'm I have to. If you're going to crash into a pole and you make your camera in paper thin, then you got to do it.
Right.
Ready-made RC. I need more parts because that was 70.
Cameras.
Hello, can we get a camera another one?
You start with props, and then you eventually get to more expensive things after your props don't matter. And then now you're smashing $40 cameras. I went through last 2-3 weeks. I probably went through 3 cameras. It sucks, it gets expensive.
It gets expensive. That's for sure.
Sure does.
Hey, it was definitely great to have everybody down there. So besides that. I do want to shout out to the pilots because we talk a lot about the event itself, but the pilots, everyone down there was really cool. They were all helpful. They were all nice. They were all, in general, most of them were very responsive to meeting new people. People like to hang out, so props to the community for just, because as much as we like to talk about the pro pilots, there were at least 40% of the people there, that was their first event. Which, by the way, is a terrible event to go to because you have no shot. You have no shot.
If that was my first event, I would be whoa, my first event was in a cave. That's pretty cool. They're going to have to walk home with that. So.
Yeah, but I will say this, though. This is something I learned after I saw the event that I'm going to start telling new pilots is that when they go through practice, even qualifying, if you miss the gate, don't try to go through it again at awkward angles or go back. Just keep going, because what I saw a lot of was they'll stop, they'll try to turn around, but they got in other people's way and they crashed out, and they never learned the track. So by the time they needed to actually know the track, they were just getting around the first time while everybody else was already just
on their 5th or 6th lap.
Exactly. So it's if you're new, just learn the track. Don't even worry about the gate. Don't even worry about
the penalty.
Yeah. Don't even worry about the timing gate. Just learn the track. And then, when you get comfortable, then worry about that stuff. Because
I don't know, some talk about disqualifying you from the race if you miss a gate, but I think most of us will understand a new guy being out on the track the first time and give him that, hey, that's one of the things we talked about after, right? We talked about where were the novice guys, right? Was there a novice race? You know, we talk about that on the Facebook page too, on MDX Pilots Facebook page. We talked about what classes we could have next time and open it up to a lower group of pilots and give them a chance to finish on the podium too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you put the beginners together, it's a really good idea. It helps out a lot. And you see the novice guys, they're flying around really slow, or some of them, one out of them is going to be really quick. And like that guy podiums next time. That's it. You're not in beginners. You know, one shot.
Right, exactly.
You know, that's
one
it.
Shot.
Yeah.
As soon as you podium, you move up a level.
Yeah. That's something that, you know, and I'm sure I'll work with Joe Scully again, is that like the first time around we call them practices, they're not qualifiers. I think I would convince Joe Scully to say, like, on those practices, if they miss gates, forget it. Don't even count those. Just let them learn the track and then let them have fun, because that's what they need to do.
Yes.
And you know, it's a lot of, you know, like you said, Ryan, the new guys there's a lot of pressure, you know, especially coming out the first time, right? You know, there's a lot of pressure coming out that first time, and you know, you realize, holy crap, that guy's fast, you know. Or you sitting at the table and Zoomis pulls up.
Or you sit around, it's like, hey, look, there's Brain Drain, there's Zoomis.
You hear Brain Drain up on the line. What the hell?
I'm in his race.
Yeah, I'm in the race with him. Oh, I'm going to get smoked.
There's a good technique to take home if beginners are watching this, that you run your own race. You don't run other people. And if you see someone go in front of you, you got to do everything in your mind to not watch them, because they can take you into the wall really easy. They can take you so easily the wrong direction, and it's a really good way to start winning is just to race your own race. Like, do your consistent lap times, you know, and like me, I like to do one nice easy lap and a faster lap, and then go for it. You got 5 laps, right? If you can go straight away and go fast, then you're getting to pro level. But you know, if you're beginning, you got to learn the track. You got to learn. You got to the thumb movement, or if you pinch, whatever. Like, I don't like pinches. I don't think they're big men. But
that was at you, Elvan. That was at you.
No, it wasn't. Because I do both. Yeah. I do fly both ways. Sometimes for doing 3D stuff, like I'll pinch. You know, for doing freestyle, I'm pinching. But for racing, it's all thumbs. It's all thumbs.
But you got to have that muscle memory in your thumbs. It's with practice, and you can lose it in a week. I can tell you, you don't fly for a week, you've lost it. It starts to decrease. And so you've got to do that one easy lap as a beginner race, and then get your thumbs in, get your quad in and everything working, and then start to hit it. And then by the end, I tell you, you're going to be 10 times better. I think. That's my opinion anyway, on the beginner side.
Ryan, what type of fly, when you're at your peak on that, say that fourth lap, right? You're on that peak, right? You didn't took your lap, decreased your lap by, let's just say, by half time, right? So let's just say you went. What type of flying are you? I mean, pilot are you? Are you at that point and shoot where when you make that turn? Did I lose you guys?
I lost the picture. Hold on.
Lost Ryan.
I'm here, but
here, turn on your picture again. But I'm still here.
Can you see me?
Yep. Keep going.
Okay, so
what time?
Are you a point and shoot where you make that turn and you point at where you're going and then you just shoot through it, or are you one of those guys that you normally see kind of like swinging wide left or whatever, adjusting before you get there? Are you from that corner, you aiming at that gate? Are you from, as you flying around, you're kind of adjusting yourself before you get there?
I do that first lap, and it's pretty much me trying to understand my quad, getting my thumbs back into it. And then the second lap, I'm concentrating on my lines, like where to take the gate, to come out wide or to go tight. Mm-hmm. And then once I've got those lines figured out, then I'm thinking about throttle. I'm thinking about how quick I can push and when I need to push that throttle. So I can go through these stages, and then the final lap, it all comes together, essentially. And I'll do the tight corner, and then I'll push the throttle max there, or I'll go half throttle there because I nearly hit the gate and I need to be conservative. It all happens at once, but it is a way of thinking. It's just to try and get things under control. Sometimes you're just nervous and you just can't think, and you just go, well, just do it. Like,
go for it.
Yeah, if it's going to be spaghetti, then let the spaghetti fly. Like, get messy. That's it. Just do it. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, you try and think about it. Gab 707. My friend Gabriel Cocker, he in my team. He used to do go-kart racing, and he's told me many times that lines get you the correct line to take in a racetrack will get you the track. Everyone's essentially got a fast kart, so choosing those lines. And now with quad racing, it's not just flat lines that you take vertical lines. So you come around a gate and you need to hairpin, bleed off the speed by going up, turn the corner, and then boost that and get your descent working with the thrust. And he helped me learn these sort of small techniques that now I take into a race, and you can see it makes a huge difference. You'll gain a lot of speed because you bleed it off and then you bring it back. You let gravity to help you out. So
that's an old trick, old race car trick. Going into the corner hard and banking, sliding, using momentum to push you out of the corner. You usually come out at least 10 to 20. What does they say? Depending on the car, you can come out of there 30 miles faster than you was going leading into the corner, right?
It's very important. You can have the fastest quad, but you're not taking the right lines. Doesn't matter, man. You're going to be beat. So yeah.
You'll find yourself trying to catch up coming out of that corner every time.
Yeah. Straight lines will be full throttle.
The final A-main 5-inch, right? Harmonic posted his DVR footage of it. He led for most of the A-main, to get first. He lost because Jordan Temkin, on that last lap, he pulled off the best race line that I've seen, because Harmonic was coming around and he was coming around just fine, but literally, if you looked at Jordan's quad, I don't think he saw the race gate until he was literally right on top of it, because he was coming at such a high angle and going in. He passed him on the last lap, but he passed him by he made up a second, which is almost impossible.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's
at 13, 12 seconds a lap. That's a lot.
Yeah, so lot. Because when he came down, it's when you looked at that DVR footage, you're like, Harmonic's gonna win this, and then literally you just see this streak bolt in. Yep. I'm like, it's he had to be near that pillar. I need to see Jordan's DVR footage, is what I'm trying to say, but it was really cool.
Hell, he did that.
Exactly. It's I want to see that race line, because he had to be close to that pillar in order to pull off that win.
He's one of the best pilots out there. Consistency too. Consistent. Yep. That guy is very consistent.
Where it's at, that's for sure. Yeah. That's a good point to add. If you've got nice lines and you try and take the same line and you just get a little quicker, but you keep the consistency up. Just for us winning the Ready Made RC team race, which we're probably going to talk about, consistency was king.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll go into that. By the way, congrats for Ready Made RC defending their title, because you defended your title.
Ready Made RC, RMRC.
And I thought y'all was gonna get hurt this time. I was a sore participant at F3.
So
we had a big title to retain. So
y'all got it again. Damn it.
Yeah, tell us about your strategy. were you a pilot or were you in the pits?
I was in the pits, and I was on the microphone behind the pilots, and we had Ryan and Travis in the pits. We had a secret system for the quads. Okay, so
see, this is why he's the winner.
yeah, a secret system.
I can't tell. I know what it is, but
yeah,
I can't
I don't want to go blasting it all over the internet because we won twice with a similar system.
They're doing good. You got to say that they're paying attention and they're on top of
their titles and
yeah. It was really comes down to the fast pit times in the trial, the qualification, whatever you want to call it, the test flight. We had some issues in pits and we weren't ready. We weren't thinking about it, but it was really good that we had that test practice, whatever you want to call it.
It was qualifying
to get like, hold on, well, we needed to have the quad ready like before he comes in, not okay, I'm coming in now, get it ready. You need to be ready. Like, think about it. You don't just have to have one quad ready. You got to have two ready. Like, what happens if the second quad doesn't blast off? Then you got to have it. I'm not going to go too crazy into details because we have it down. I can tell you, we have it down.
He's like, sorry. He's like, this is our drone world strategy. We're not telling anyone because we're going home that title.
But I will say, communication helps a lot. If you've got a good communication going on, everyone was using CB radios, and if the pilots can talk to you, it's very, very loud there next to the pilots. The microphone was picking up Joe Scully, and we had big whoops screaming their heads off, and it was wild. And I'll tell you, from a point of view of being in the pits or a coordinator, whatever you want to call me, behind the pilots, my heart was racing. It was racing. I was just, I was revved up, as probably more than the pilots. Like, I was so excited. And team races, I'll give you two races are like Detroit multi-rotor race with the same quad. That's where it's at. And team races, that's where it's at. Singularly piloted races with multiple quads, that can be another section. But these team races, it's like F1. And you're doing a mini F1, and you're able to do that as a normal guy. And it's fantastic. So anyway, we just had a really good team. We brought it together again. Obviously, Zoomis and Gab 707, two of the fastest pilots I've seen in the world. And we've gone to the World Drone Prix, and we've gone all over, USA, Canada. I've seen a lot of pilots, and they are definitely some of the... I would rate them probably the top 20 of the world, nearly, because these guys are really, really fast. They're consistent, and like you say... we did have Zoomis went down from antenna problems. He had his antenna touching carbon, so it was giving him some issues. One thing about the Mega Drone X was, now I don't want to say it because I have a Tyrannus, but the bloody Spectrum won over the Tyrannus in the world in the Mega Drone Prix. The RSSI was dropping out like crazy for Zoomis and other guys. I had some problems. My controller was yelling at me all the time, going, RSSI, RSSI. So I'll give props to Spectrum for that. They had that worked out quite well. So, you get issues in capes. First time we've ever done it. Oh, here he goes. Do you sleep with it under your pillow?
No. There's another one under the pillow. My 9303 is under the bed. In the case. Metal case.
America. Yeah. So anyway, the team race was a giant success. I think it was 26 laps ahead of the other guys, which I was just like, whoa. I don't even think that we had good fast times, but we're coming back to the same topic again. Consistency,
yep.
If you can consistently roll around, you don't crash, you just go consistent. That battery, maybe it gives you an extra 2 laps or something. You're not pitting and wasting. People were pitting. They were doing 30-second pit times, some of the guys.
Crazy.
and we had our fastest one was 3 seconds. So we don't know. We know that the pit times of the other guys were not perfect. So we were gaining on that a lot. That really helped. 30 seconds. We're doing, what was it, 10-second lap times or something like that around. So 30 seconds. Fast,
yeah.
Yeah, I can't. It wasn't far off.
Yeah.
The lap time, but we're getting 3 laps in, and if you pit 5 times 3, 15 laps, you know that adds up in the end, right? So you've got to be real quick on those pit times, and we had it. We locked it in, and we were just really lucky. But Steve Zumas did crash both of his quads, right? So one guy had to run back to the pits, from the pits to the repair, whatever you call it, the repair line at the back behind everyone, grab another quad, run all the way back, so we had a spare. And we were cycling Gab's quads. And I don't know if the funniest thing that happened during the race in the thing, no one else, I've never heard it happen in any other race before. When Gab armed, we had two quads plugged in at the same time. 2 quads lifted off. Okay, and we were lucky. One of the guys in the pits, Travis, he got the quad down safely enough that wasn't hurting anybody, and we got it unplugged when the RSSI blew up. So, like, you know,
luckily,
to won that. Yeah, so
wow.
But that was pretty intense when that happened. But under control. But I've never heard of 2 quads lift off at the same time. You don't think about it, right? So
not during the race
now. So hey, you know what? That's your next YouTube video, right there. You're gonna have 4 quads lift off at once.
Wow, I can do it. I think I could get it done.
Yeah, well, you see these guys doing the new drone works, right? So same deal, yeah.
Hey, that was good though. Like, was it your team that was pounding out like the slow laps towards the end? Because there was one team that was just like they were so far ahead, they were just cruising around. And I just saw that thing go like, yeah, that's a really good idea. Everybody else is down right now.
And they just kept going. There
was like, I'm not sure, but there was one quad in the air, and I counted, roughly 2 minutes. It was just one quad in the air following us. And he was, no one knew what lap we were on until the end when Joe started to call it out. And I just said, look, dude, like, I don't see the white quad that was following us. And he got a few laps in, so relax and just complete your laps. And we were really good on battery voltage. We didn't sag the battery or anything. And then at the end, the last 2 laps, we're like, man, bring it in. It's time to change battery. He's like, nah. And he just took it back a notch. The throttle went down again. Completed the lap slower. I can't believe we're going to finish with like a lap time that's, another 20 or 30% longer.
He's like, I'm bringing it in. I'm sorry. I'm crossing that finish line. Nobody's going to take this away from me.
I got it.
Landing or anything or switch over, nothing. Well, cruise it in, man. Cruise it in. We cruised down, man, with a low tank of gas. And we got there.
Hey, that's cool. It's like, the team races are actually really fun, but like Paul gave me this feedback, and it's absolutely true. It's actually really hard to run a team race as the field marshals because a lot's going on. If we were to run this again, a lot more time needed to be spent because qualifying was good for the teams, but it was also good for us because like we discussed a whole bunch of stuff trying to get organized. It's like, okay, more quads are going down than we thought. We need more people. We need to try to figure out how to get these quads back because we didn't expect this many crashes. And it's like, it's like next time, like we need more stuff. That's what it came down to.
Yeah. Well, as well with a pointer I can add for that, which for the team race you can't really do for safety factor, but we needed, everyone was running, like David French, he was running his absolute ring out to pick up our quad, and I was stressed and I yelled at him, unplug the quad, and he swore at me. And like me and him
You forgot who you was talking to just for a moment. He let you know, didn't he?
hang out and have beers every second. Every
Yeah, I
second.
know, but he just kind of like he did that to me too. So
Everyone was stressed, but one thing I can add, which could be a good pointer for that, is maybe have one or two extra guys on the track to pick up, have the knowledge to unplug straight away. Because that thing, I'm sure other guys who are in the team race, other teams, if they knew that they were unplugged straight away, they could have got up like really quick. And maybe that, because sometimes they pick the quad up, run it over, then unplug. That's 30 seconds, nearly 20 seconds.
True.
But this is all just polishing the stone, you know. This
Yeah,
is all
I agree. I mean, we discussed that. We discussed that like in between the races. We discussed just run up, unplug it, screw it. The thing that I'd like to add is, okay, so we have teams. We need to have some kind of color marker or something so that everybody knows, okay, blue goes to these guys, green goes to these guys, red goes to these guys, or white, you know, some sticker that we put on the ship before we go into team race so that we all know who the ships belong to, so we can get the ship back to the original, the team quicker, right? We can unplug and toss it to whoever, right, during the race. But if we don't know where to put it or who to toss it to, we're going to, you know I did it. I tossed the quad to somebody's team and was like, whose is it? And he was like, it's not ours. And he just drops it on the ground. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. you know? Yeah, he's like, screw it. It's not mine. I'm like, dude, you know, so like I run over there, grab the quad. And I'm like, who's this belong to? Who's this belong to? And finally I threw it at Dave, you know. Yeah. I'm like, Dave, dude, here you go. You figure it out.
You like what the hell? You know?
Yeah, he's like, who the hell is, you know, he wasn't using the word hell, but he said, who does this belong to, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, then he takes off running, you know.
That's a fantastic idea. You could get different colored electrical tape as organizers and just say, look, you need to put on the front left arm around your ESC the color of your team. Something simple like that, you know, like, and then you always know to look in that spot, you know, there's the tape. We know the red team's there, blue team's there, something like that. That's a fantastic idea. We should definitely put that on board. Yep, that's good.
Yeah. There's a lot to improve upon, but like I'll be honest with you, technology could really help us out there because like the team race requires a lot more technology because like the organizers actually needs a little bit of help controlling your quads, as in they can shut them down for you so that when we go retrieve them, we're not in a hurry because it is dangerous to be out on the track, especially when you guys are going full bore through everything. So, as Elvan can attest, I was dodging quite a lot, and he was having a lot of fun watching me trying to dodge.
Yes, I was. Yeah. What's the part of the hilarious part was watching everybody running and dodging, and one guy got hit in the face with a prop. You know, whoa. Yeah, it was a team race, and you guys was coming around that corner, dude, and I said, dude, watch out. And just as he turned to look at me to like, what? He goes, what? The quad goes, shoom, and hits that berm and just exploded. And then he goes, you see him go like this, right? And I thought, oh my God, he got hit in the eye, you know, because he's grabbing his eye. But actually he got hit in the face, right in the cheek. The prop poked him right like that. And he goes, am I bleeding? I go, you're leaking.
Actually, no, that guy.
Like, yeah, he just had a little drip.
I tell you what, he was a soldier. He trucked through that, and he didn't give me any help. But like he said, like the main thing about team racing is that right now, in its current format, it might be a little bit too dangerous. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We need football helmets and maybe a little. Like
David French, he was using a skiing helmet with goggles on his head, and he just knows that they come at you pretty quick, and it's good to have that protection. So, yeah, but like you say, if we can have a technology where you can flick a switch and it actually pulls the plug, you know, I I know people are working on stuff for VTXs on, using your AUX to flick off VTXs and stuff like that. But why can't we have a physical switch that turns off, even if it's simple as a servo that actuates and turns the quad off? Because in my opinion, if you're doing a big team race, it's going crazy, everyone's running around, then some people might not disarm. It might land nice and perfect. The motors aren't spinning, and when you turn it, they like try and correct.
No, I've had.
This is dangerous. Yeah.
Yep, I've had 4 instances of that. And there was one quad, like literally one motor was going full power, and I couldn't shut it off. I actually had to drive it into. I blew his ESC. There's no question I blew his ESC, but I couldn't get the motor slow down, and I couldn't get to the plug. So I was like, screw it. I dug it right into the dirt, and you can just see.
Safety first. I agree. That's a good move. Yeah.
It's like, I was like, well, sorry, bro. I just costed you $20 or something, and it's like. Yeah. But let's go ahead and move on. Last race, the DMR race. Your opinions, because you saw it. It was fun. What'd you think?
Oh man, the DMR race was the best race I've ever seen. I think the best race, hands down, I've ever seen, and. A lot of people said it. It's that first corner.
That first corner was really awesome to watch.
It's just like, what the hell? Everyone was 2 feet apart, like in a perfect line. It was like a computer was operating the quads. It was awesome. Everyone took off same time nearly, and then everyone lined up just behind each other, like perfectly. We had one crash around the second or third bend, and then it was just through those hoops. It was just like, and then they came around that corner, and I was standing on just behind that sweeping corner where the takeoff point is. I had my camera. I did my vlog there, and I was like, David, they're just about to come around. Like, I was a little freaked out. And then they came around in unison, and it was gorgeous. And then Joe Scully said, "This is FPV racing," and everyone just goes, "Woo!" Everybody. And I've never heard that in a race. I've never seen that enthusiasm in the crowd and that excitement. And it really was. The thing was that every quad was very visible. DMR, Detroit Multi-Rotor, did a fantastic job on the quad. Gab raced it, and he said the motors they used and ESC setup, even with the camera, he says they flew really damn nice. So props to those guys, the Detroit Multi-Rotor guys. They're really cool dudes. They did a good job, And the other thing that I thought was unique and special was something simple. Everyone had LED lights that were very visible, and they were all a different color. This is the key point, a different color. So, if we had something that says Gab is blue, Kevin is white, like that, somewhere up on the course, you could follow it more, a little bit better line of sight. After we were all excited looking at the screen, seeing people, but that was a race where you can have both aspects. You can watch it line of sight, and you can watch it on the feed. You pick or choose. Normally, you just look at the FPV feed after the first lap, right? And then it's tight, and then they spread. But this was tight nearly the whole race until the last final laps. That was awesome. One of the best races, hands down. Well done on that one.
Definitely.
They did Detroit Multi-Rotor and you Wade. Well done on that one. That's changed the field, the field of view, the way people look at it. I think we'll be seeing more of these races coming up.
True that. A lot of guys are talking about that now. They were talking about Grand Prix style. I mean that was kind of Grand Prix, really. I mean, if you think about it, it has all the technical and the easy part of the track too that Grand Prix would have. The tight turns, the part where it takes a different caliber of pilot to hit those corners at 30, 40 miles an hour, and then they had that nice sweep long turn, and that's a lot of guys are looking for that. But in the beginning, I don't think a lot of guys actually understood where we were going with the tracks, that the tracks are actually changing and developing, because you can have those tight snap turners like XDC, right? XDC was that course where everything was tight. You didn't really have a lot of long sweeping turns. You didn't have a lot of fast moving. There was nobody doing 80 miles an hour at XTC. You know what I mean?
20, Mach 10,
Right.
it was slow as snails.
It was the maximum use of an area. We can say that, right? It was a maximum use of an area, but it wasn't a fast track. MDX, that was a fast track. And I mean, there's been tracks out there before that's been fast, but either they just fast or they technical. This was a great combination of both, where
Absolutely.
it took you beyond your normal what you thought was going to happen with a race. If you came there because you're a fast pilot, you could be fast, but if you couldn't sweep that turn, the turn, what is it, the Star of Dubai we called it, if you couldn't sweep that corner, you was going to go in. And it was just that was it.
Yeah. No, I think we've got to look towards I know I've always watched F1 racing, and there's the Ferrari Challenge, and you watch NASCAR. There's you get the spinning NASCAR. You can take it to a technical aspect and take the NASCARs onto like F1 tracks. I think that we need to do that same thing. I think we need to have a spec class. You go to Detroit Multi-Rotor and you buy their Detroit Multi-Rotor, that one, and that's the one you use. You get checked when you start at the race, you check the weight, you check that everything's the same, and then, all right, you're allowed to enter the race, and that's it. And it really does come down to pilot skill, which everyone talks about, which I think is unique. I think a lot of racers out there, you've got guys like Brain Drain, for instance. I'm not picking on him. His quad, he doesn't have standoffs, okay? It's a plate, it's an X, and everything is ready to explode. But he's built everything so minimalistic. You pick his quad up, you're like, no way. Is that like 120 grams or like,
This quad does not qualify as a quad for most people.
Right. It's not even two plates. Yeah.
That's a one-shot deal. You even go in the dirt, you've busted your camera. So I think having this.
Oh, you can't find it.
That's so minimalistic. It was quite amazing to see at MDX 80 pilots and see everyone's quads and what they had. Like team quads were using what the Big Whoop was using, the 6 or 7 inch. I think it was 7-inch carbon fiber props. I was like, never seen that ever in a race.
I haven't seen that in a long. Well, last year at Nationals, there was a couple of guys using carbon props, but that by the end of the competition, they were all gone. You know what I mean?
They're all broken.
They were scrambling.
Okay, so I'm gonna show a little bit here. So it's my turn.
All right.
Big shout out to Detroit Joe for taking the risk, because like he built 12 quads. Okay, that's a lot, because he and I basically split it to where we both chipped in for this. But big shout out for him to actually be willing to do that, because nobody's ever done that before. So big shout out to him. RunCam for providing the HD cameras, which was really nice because they were the first to say, we're in. Get FPV for all the radios, because they're the ones that provide the radios, which, by the way, radios are too expensive. Sorry.
It's $199. Jesus.
Yeah, I tried to buy 8 of them. Tell me how much.
Hey, you the one bought them.
Anyways, thank you for participating. Hopefully, we'll start a trend. I don't know though, because spec classes are easy to say, but to get people to buy a spec quad just to go to one event.
Because I am that type of pilot, I would buy one. I'm sure Ryan would buy one. I said even the Ditone Tyrant, right? It's $230 or $250. That's the kit. If we were going to spec class that, right? That's not a bad price to pay to be able to race. I would buy one and keep it just like it is for the next race that I go to. And I would never mess with it. And like you said, Ryan, you weigh it, right? That'll tell you right now if that's the same quad I got, right? And then if, you can't change the nuts. You can't go to aluminum this and aluminum that. You know, you got to use steel bolts and all of this stuff because really, it should be about safety too, right? You use an aluminum stuff fly off, people get hit or by accident. If you lose steel, you have that less opportunity for those things to come apart, right? So if we did that, I would be totally down with that. I think that would be a great. That's what. That's
Here we
about,
go.
you know.
There you go.
That's what that's about.
I tell you what.
That's my baby.
I would say due to the popularity, and this is feedback from the community, right? Feedback from Ryan, feedback from yourself, because there is popularity of people wanting to see more, and there is actually some HD footage out there of it. By the way, we should have got. This was my fault, totally. I was not there to prep all the HD cameras to ensure they were all turned on, because apparently, yeah, stuff happened. So, you know what? I wish we had more HD footage is what I'm trying to say. But there is still good HD footage out there. And
There's some good HD footage out there.
Yeah, Frank has already posted one. I'll post one eventually. I just need some more stuff to get it right.
So that means all you guys out there that was at MDX 1.0, because the next one is going to be 2.0, because we're going to blow it up. I guarantee you the next one is going to be bigger than ever, and we're going to break more records, and we might not have 80 pilots, but it's going to be 3 days.
We're gonna
it's going to be 3 days. There ain't going to be no 2 day.
We're going to have 120 pilots, and then Ryan's going to be cursing because he's going to be up for 24 hours.
Yeah.
It'll be 3 days at least. That's what. No. And yeah, I'm talking.
Newsflash: Elvin Wilson is now the event organizer for MDX.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I changed it on the website. You're in.
Oh, damn.
You have my spot. Anyway.
Oh no.
Okay. Wrap up of NDX. Any other comments you would like to tell people? Feedback, anything? I always love feedback. Like, Elvin's already given me his feedback because he and I talk all the time.
Yeah.
But,
I wrote some stuff down actually here.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It was just, a couple of points was just the timing gate. Everyone needs to figure that out. What else do we have? We had one guy I won't mention, but he didn't do the heats and he got into the finals. A couple of people are a little upset about that. So that comes down to maybe just being a little more organized on the computer with the pilot sheets. Mm-hmm. These are just small things, I
didn't know that actually. This is the first time.
Me either. That's the first thing I've heard. First I've heard of that.
I'm not going to go into it, but there was a small problem with that. I'm not going to say anything. It's just organization can blow out of proportion when you've got 80 pilots in 2 days. So it was mental. Another thing was I had to actually book my flight to leave with Gab. At 5 o'clock we had to leave, and a bunch of guys had to leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Our flight got cancelled. I had to drive 18 hours to get to work. With Gab, you have no idea how destroyed I was. I was really tired. If you watch my little vlog there, you can see how tired I was because we had to rent a car. But my point is, we had to leave at 5 o'clock. There was a deadline for finishing at 5 o'clock, so we only had one flight out of Louisville going to Montreal.
I'm sorry, I apologize for that.
So that I'm going to give you, just to try and stick to a deadline. Everyone on a Sunday needs to leave at 5. Doesn't matter where in the world you are. There's always stuff to do at 5 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah, because church is at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, there's food, kids, there's everything going on, right? So that was just a point that I thought needed to be checked. Other than that, though, was everything else went out pretty damn well. Just a couple of thanks. Big thanks to you. Big thanks to you, Wade, because you did a great job. Joe Scully, bang on job once again. The guy can really pull together, not sleep, party after he doesn't need to, do stupid vlogging online, whatever he's periscoping, like, go to bed, man.
Yeah.
I
said that to him. I said that to him literally. Be like, what are you doing?
He's a machine, but props to him. Viking, he's the other guy that helps out as well. I'm good friends with him. David French, we always hang out. And the FPV feed, FPV Live TV.
Todd and Chris,
bang on job.
Frank for organizing. And there's also one other guy. He's actually works with me. His name's Misha. He's the one that was coordinating.
Oh yeah, don't forget Misha.
Yeah. Misha, like, you have no idea.
Misha was like the chopping block dude. He's like, you belong here. You belong over there. Let's go. You know. No, you walk all the way back there. I'm not driving you nowhere.
Hey, I tell you this. Of any event I've ever been to, and, like, they never get the credit they deserve, but the person coordinating volunteers, that is a terrible job, but it is the most important job. So if you ever meet the coordinator of a volunteer, make sure to say thank you, because it is terrible, because you get crap from both ends. You get crap from volunteers, you get crap from volunteers, you get crap from me because I'm trying to fight fires, and it's like.
And he got crap from the people that run the place.
Exactly.
You know? It's like, dude,
he and I had a conversation.
He's like. He's getting hit from everywhere, you know.
There's another guy.
Your people are loose and going all over the place. You got a jacket for them?
We will.
There's another guy we need to thank, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. He got a nice-looking wife that was there as well. He had something to do with the organisation of the caves.
Oh.
What was his name?
Whitecap?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Frank. That's
Frank.
That's
Okay,
Frank.
sorry, I just forgot his name.
Yeah.
I met him, bang up guy, really nice guy, and he came and talked to us and wished us well. And I know his mother or stepmother was there picking up the rubbish. So thank you. We were dirty pigs in a cave, and we needed to get things organised there. His wife actually came and helped out as well. So even those little small things, volunteers, like you say, we need more volunteers, that's for sure, right? So, yeah. Anyway, it was really
good for the people that have good family that help to participate.
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it was a bang-on event, really good. Can't wait for number 2. Please invite me.
Okay, two more, and then we're gonna cut it off.
Okay.
Ryan, tell us what you think of like, what do you think it's going, and what are you looking forward to in 2016? Because we still got a long season ahead.
Man, well, my snow comes a bit early, but not until about December. So I've got until then. So yes, it's a big year. Me definitely looking forward to this HD link. It's going to be expensive, but it's going to
$4.99, baby.
Yeah, it's going to expand the sport as. Team races, if I could get 20 in the air in a team race on a golf course, I'm going to flip out. And everyone's recording HD, not needing GoPros, so they're quicker. That's something to be looking out for. I'm really excited for that. Absolutely.
I'm going to buy one just because you said that now.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a game changer. And you actually made a point, Way, that the conductor of the race director can have a switch, apparently, to turn off someone's VTX. If they're doing something stupid or whatever, they can turn them off. So anyway, lots of things to come with that new HD link. Exciting. We're obviously coming together to get this racing going, and technology is evolving quick, which is really exciting. So one thing really disappointed about right now is the batteries. I wish that someone came out with a battery. So it has more power, it's lighter. I hope something like that comes out. That's what I'm really looking forward to. If something like that comes out, you know how much that's something. So that's maybe not now, but yeah, Pulse, yeah, come on, bring it out. Bring out this flexible battery that can take.
Oh God! Whoa.
Let's have something that can charge in 2 minutes, and let's have. Let's have 30 volts.
Jesus Christ! Oh, damn, it's up there too. Jesus.
So, me personally, though, getting into the races, expanding here in Montreal, where I'm my city here, getting our events growing. We're growing so fast, it's insane. So if the bubble doesn't break, like people say, and we keep growing and growing and growing and growing, getting bigger, the IDRA, the guy's name eludes me, I'm bad with names. Charles, yeah, fantastic dude, awesome. Met him, really excited to go to the Drone Nationals. So very excited for that. That's going to be wicked.
Good, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. That was good, really good. But so really excited to go there. And ESPN, that is something that blew my mind, that they picked us up as a conglomerate to, to be on TV. Yep. That's wicked. That I hope, look, if I'll be satisfied if we're the next snooker on TV,
swimming,
yeah. Table tennis, whatever.
Yes.
I don't care. I'll be so stoked if I can get on TV for doing this small stuff. But if ESPN picks it up and we get the thing is the venues, if we can get into some huge stadiums and stuff like that, big. The racetracks are unlimited. We got the sky. Racetrack could be a building. All the way to the top, all the way to the bottom.
Down, yep.
This is
up and over. Do the Superman over the top of the.
So ESPN, so I'm looking good for TV. I want to be on TV.
Hey Ryan, can you imagine diving down over the top of a building, and looking down and seeing the gates?
Through gates. Oh,
yeah. Man. Seeing the gates on the side of the building. Shoo, 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 all the way down.
Big things, Way. Big things. Really looking forward to that. Yeah. So I don't know. What about yourself, Evlan? What do you think's next?
I think we're on our way. Things are changing, so you can't really say what's going to stick. We were going to get the 333 video. That's out, right? That was supposed to be the next latest and greatest thing, right? And it's kind of, and a 1 watt transmitter. That's the smallest they got right now. That's like major overkill for what we need, But I can say that flight controllers are moving forward. We got some F4s. We got some F4s out now. There's new ones coming out as we speak. I'm testing one right now for a manufacturer right now, and I'm telling you right now, all positive so far, not one hiccup. And I'm shocked that they're going that route. So it's I can tell you that the future is coming, and it's just around the corner, and we'll be more racers, and that's what it is. He knows. I can't say much, but we talk. Me and we talk about stuff that's coming, and he has his ideas, I have my ideas, and fortunate for me, I'm behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. He says that so easily.
But it's true. I'm behind the scenes, and I get included. So that's all. I'm happy to know what's coming ahead. What everybody's going to be dealing with, the next best thing, right?
I will say this though, just something really quick from what Ryan said. The HD video feeds that are coming out. I wasn't actually excited about the HD part. I was excited about the increased bandwidth in which we can get more pilots in the air, because I can tell you from an organizer perspective, running numbers, having 8 pilots in the air and doing events is not enough. It's actually not. It would never be profitable, is what I'm trying to say.
That's it.
So it's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to, and it's because all I hear is numbers, right? So it actually has to work. So I'm not saying that I've heard the number. It doesn't mean it works, right? Because we always say, we can get 8 in the air, but like for us, for MDX, we tested 7 or 8 times with VTXs, and even after all that testing, we still kind of crossed our fingers that we could get 8 in the air. And a lot of people are like, "You're never gonna get 80 in the air." And we still got 80 in the air, which was really nice. But
I was amazed.
Consistent 8.
yeah,
Like
so
the whole 2.5 days, there was.
yeah, it kind of ended up being like that.
That's what it was. It was the whole 2.5 days. We had 8 pilots in the air flying, and pretty much everybody had good video.
No, it was good. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was definitely usable. Yeah, that was.
There was nobody crying about, oh, I can't see. You know, it was when people took off, they crashed. Most of the guys was truthful and said, I stuffed it, or I did this. They knew what they did. It wasn't about video. And like Joe said, he said the next time somebody says that they got no video, I just look down at the screen. I can see there's video. There's something on your end, you know. And one guy found out that his goggles was goofy. You know what I mean?
Okay, you never know.
Simple how it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hour and 40 minutes. One last question. Ryan, I
Yes.
hear you really like biscuits and gravy. Is that true?
Yeah. What's this biscuits and gravy?
It's gravy.
I couldn't even get. You check out my my vlog there, and I wake up. I'm a little hungover, I have to admit, because I got a bottle of. Yeah, I had half a bottle of whiskey after the race. Not a great idea, and did a lot of building. Woke up and I'm like, God, I have to eat like now. You know, I've got to go race. I have to fill my body. And I'm like, what the heck is this soup? And I'm like, okay. And then I open up another lid. I'm like, what's these scones? Where's the jam? Where's the butter? And then, you know, I went into the back and I said, "Oi, chef, can you come explain to me what this is?" And he comes out, and the other chef, the lady Waller, I think her name was, and I said, "Look, I'm going to record this because I've never seen this in my life. Can we just show me what this is?" "Oh yeah, no problems, Ryan. I'll show you what you need to see here." I'm like, okay, and then he showed me how to do the biscuits and gravy, and not my cup of tea, I can tell you, man. It's a bit strange, yeah. Not the best, in my opinion. It's the very salty, liquidy, it's dry. It's got everything in one shot.
When he told me that story at NDX, I just busted out laughing. It's like
You guys and your biscuits and gravy, you can keep it over there. Don't come up.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm
What
joking.
about bacon and gravy?
Yeah, bacon. Oh, we're all over it.
So we had to change the meat a little bit, but
Okay.
we'll find you a biscuits and gravy that you will like. We will. This is my mission.
You need to come to when Elvon cooks.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
blend your sausages? Maybe you keep them in.
No.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. That's where it's at.
I don't think we'll ever convince Ryan that our breakfast over here in the U.S. is any good now. I think
I might be able to, you know, being
Whip
from
something
Hawaii a little bit, I might be able to whip something up. You know, might keep him entertained for a little bit. Like, yeah,
Fish for breakfast. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
hey, breakfast is good.
Yeah.
Crabs. Hey, my favorite thing is lobster omelets.
Jeez Christ.
What?
Yeah.
You know, it's like $25 a lobster up here. I'm not going to be getting that.
We'll see in Hawaii. We'll see. You make it to Hawaii, I'll make you a lobster omelet.
That's
Fresh out of
that's a Skype shake right there because
yeah,
I want to
right
be
there,
in
baby.
Hawaii. I want to be
Yeah.
there. I'm going to try hard.
I'll make you you'll be in on the lobster omelet. How's that?
That's
It won't be
freaking awesome.
just yours.
All right. I apologize. I didn't mean to rib you on the biscuits and gravy. I've been doing that for like 3 weeks now.
I got thick skin. I'm a construction foreman. Yeah, I can just bounces off when you talk to me. It doesn't worry me at all. So,
That means he's used to yelling at people.
That's
yeah,
right. Yeah.
regular basis.
Although
I like it.
I will admit though, if a person like come from a foreign country tells me they want breakfast, I would never try biscuits and gravy as the first thing.
It's not
that's a
something
little
to
weird.
sell. No,
No, it's not that bad. Okay.
And more. That's like, if anything, it would be like clam chowder before I give biscuits and
Clam
gravy.
chowder.
That's just Anyway, yeah.
Okay. We're almost at 2 hours, which is really long, which is great.
Right.
Because it's been great talking to you. Ryan, where can we find you on the internet? Or where can we
On
find
the
you in general?
internet, well, Ryan Walker on Facebook. I've added nearly everybody wants to add me from races and the FPV world. If you've got a drone photo on your screen and I've seen that, you've tried to add me, I will click add. I'm pretty friendly. And if you look me up on YouTube, it's Nailed Up FPV, or you can look up Ryan Walker. But there's a million of us, so you'll have to see some of the videos. You can even look up the Mega Drone X vlog, that will come up, and you can add me. I'm always keen to. I've just started my YouTube channel recently for the FPV, so it's not very.
What
big.
about Instagram, buddy?
No, I'm not. I tried it. To be honest, man, Facebook rips up my time like crazy. I've got to get off it. You know, it's ridiculous. Trying to limit my computer time, and you know how much time I spend on that every night. So, you know, I've got no time. But yeah, if you want to catch me on Facebook. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the plug.
Alrighty. Elvan, you don't need to plug. Everybody knows
No,
you've been on here forever.
Right.
All right. So we will end this. We thank our great Canadian for coming over, who's also Australian, part redneck, because I met him.
Part redneck.
Redneck.
Hey, you know what? I'm part blackneck.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
All right, I know what that even means.
I don't either.
Good for that, man. That was awesome.
Yeah. that means we believe all in the same thing, except we don't sleep with our kinfolks.
You're funny. Okay. Now I'm cutting off. Have a good one.
Yeah.